Hello, and welcome to episode 69. Mrs. You Make the Joke of Prog Review. And if you haven't read the description, I'm going to be talking about Entities by Anna Lay, who does the poetry, and Phil Manzanera, who does the music. For those of you who are not in the know, Phil Manzanera is the guitarist with Roxy Music. Ooh. And Anna Lay is a poet, a street poet, if you will. I'm not familiar with her work, but I've seen her. Before doing this, I did a bit of research to see, the kind of thing she did, and one would say she is a poet of the streets. She gets with it. She's very much of the real, if you know what I mean. She's not a proper poet. Like your Shakespeare and your T.S. Eliot, she's a street poet. One step away from being a rapper almost. Very naughty of me. But yeah, I've been putting this off because I've been listening to it, and it's a tricky one to assess. I'm kind of gonna. Unfortunately, comparisons can only be drawn with this one. By Drummers Between the Bells, with words by Rick Holland, who is also a poet. Put this out last year, and I found this a thoroughly satisfying endeavour because the blend of words and music complemented each other, and it was ambient, and you could drift into the music and the words. It just all kind of seemed to fit properly, whereas this, that's the problem. It doesn't quite fit. Well, for me anyway. I hate when they're negative reviews because I don't like to be negative if I can help it. But yeah, it opens up with a track called All the While, and the very opening track illustrates the problem with the album is that the music overshadows the poetry. All the While is a very nice, tender instrumental piece. In fact, Manzanera includes an instrumental version at the end of the album, the special edition anyway, and so you can hear it in all its entirety and in its completeness, and it works very well as a standalone piece. And unfortunately, when the words come tumbling out, they kind of get in the way of the music, and the music gets in the way of the words. And I can say that for an awful lot of the music on here. They don't really complement each other. So I'm left feeling that whereas the Eno pieces, you had the feeling that it was very well put together. This is an experiment that didn't quite work. Now, I'm not sure if it's the music. I think the music is nice. The music is the strongest piece. The poetry for me, I'm sure Anna Lay is very, very well respected in her field, but her delivery, again, if you see her on YouTube, her delivery is very forthright and very assured. And again, it's a bit like rap music. She punctuates her rhymes with rhythm. She uses rhythm of the language very well, but when she puts it against the rhythm of the music, it becomes incongruous. It just kind of just can't get it to fit. But it's not all bad. All the While, the opening track is very nice. What I find works well is her love poetry. Now, she does a few tracks on her Lego Limbs and Vowel Play. Funny enough, the two shortest tracks on the record, but those ones, they work really well because I feel that they're they just seem to gel properly. I'm not doing a very good job of this, am I? But yeah, as a whole, I don't know. I don't know. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I have a real problem with it. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It might have been even better if the poet hadn't have recited the words, if there were different voices. That's what Eno did with the poet was largely missing, and there was a cast of narrators, if you will, and that changes the texture of the of the performance, whereas here You get the feeling that the lady's performance, you know, she's kind of fighting against the music. I think I'm repeating myself. I mean, the actual package itself is really nice. I like the actual, you know, the actual booklet and the words. You know, the words written down are really nice. You know, and you know you can analyse them. I mean, again, it's not poetry that speaks to me. It comes across as a bit sixth form, as somebody who dabbles himself or has dabbled in the past, who, you know, likes a lyric and likes poetry. I find it a little bit, you know, sixth form in its approach. You know, lacking imagery. You know, rhyme and you know, rhyming. You know, the plain rhyming schemes. So I'm running out of steam here. So yeah, I mean, the actual package, I'm gonna intercut it with some footage of the actual package itself. The actual design of it is really nice, and you know, you feel like you've got a nice product for your money, but unfortunately it falls between two stools. And again, I don't know, I mean, if they'd have done it with a second CD of the poetry and the music separated, you know, you could have taken your pick of what you'd like, you know, but maybe I'm asking too much. But for me, again, this is a personal choice, I don't feel it works as well as the Drums Between the Bells album, which was transcendental in places. It really did send me off. Maybe I shouldn't compare it to Eno. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for doing that, but there you go. So, a rating. I'm going to give this an average 3, well, above average 3 entities out of 5. Because, you know, again, it's a brave. It's, again, what I like about it is brave, because it's, you know, very different from what Phil Manzanera does, and, you know, I think it's good that he's tried to do something progressive and different, you know, in this time in his career. You know, he's not afraid to try different things. That's a good thing. But whether or not it comes off, I mean, you might like it. You might listen to the samples on his website and really enjoy the combination of words and music. For me, it just didn't. It didn't gel. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it needed to be edited differently, or whether, you know, her performance needed to be tweaked. I don't know. I can't possibly comment on that. So yeah, 3.5 entities out of 5. That's my comment. My name has been Darren Locke, and you've been watching me talk about Nth Entities by Annalay and Phil Manzanera, a combination, or a heady blend even, of poetry and music, available at Phil Manzanera's website, if you please. Not much else to say, really. You know, plenty more videos if you look at the list. You know, I've got to do the old promotional thing. Yeah, do the old promo. Yeah. Prog on.